Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're watching Transport Fever in the style of the Metropolis. We're sat just outside Dortmund, where there's not a lot going on. Now this section of track will be pleasantly, buoyantly busy in the future, but I'm not running enough trains at the moment. There should be one coming in, unless it's already left. No, there should... What exactly are you waiting for? Okay, That's interesting. You are on the wrong side of the... No, you're on the right side of the... What are you waiting for? Why are you paused? You shouldn't be. That should be absolutely dandy there. Evidently, I am lacking a signal that would prevent things coming in. Oh, okay. Well, that's an ignominious way to start, I suppose. You shouldn't be waiting. You should be happy-go-lucky in your ability to just come in, unload and clear off. No, you definitely should. And now you're holding someone else up as well. What precisely is your problem there? Recently quite likeable and profitable service. Yeah, you are on the wrong side of the track. Yes, you're on the wrong side of the track, and that's what's causing the problem. Okay, right. Well, let's one-way these. Just to be on the safe side. I'm using one-way signals increasingly these days in order to try and get things going where I need them to be. Have I set this to come in on a... No, it's absolutely fine. Okay, well, that's odd. Hey, well, never mind. That will sort itself out. It was waiting for this train to come in, which is a bit baffling, but can't complain too much, I suppose. Anyway, that's going to sort itself out momentarily. Right, it's 1898, friends. Apologies for that rather shoddy opening there. I should flagellate myself later. Yeah, it's 1898, and I played through the rest of the remaining of the previous year, and we made 9.85 million in profit. Yeah, that's actual clear profit there. And I paid off the loan with that in order to save me 150k at the end of the year. You know, maybe not paying off the loan would have been a smart thing to do, but I'll just take it straight back out again anyway. Now, I've added a couple of mods in for today's show. We have added the American Steam Pack by Roylith, often suggested that I add the American Steam Pack. Now, when I added that, it did say that it was going to have unexpected effects on the save game. So if the entire thing crashes all of a sudden, you'll know why that is. I've also added some of Fransel, who I'm sure regular players will be familiar with, and his Austrian Steam Packs. I've added the SB 106, which is suited to this particular era rather well. So we'll try and get some of those added onto the network in today's episode, where we shall be focusing on Wellington and Shanghai being added into the mix. So stick around for that. Now, before we get down to business, let's have a look and see how things are doing based on the new routes we added last time round. First off, I want to have a look and see what the frequency is, because I suspect some of those are going to be quite long. I mean, the Barcelona transatlantic is a 10-minute, which is already longer than I'd like. Spinwood here and Counterspin are both way too long, so I'll probably upgrade those shortly. Meanwhile, the Balloon is a mighty 67 minutes in length, due to having only one train on it and it being an enormous route. So I need to fix those, but I'm just going to leave those be for the moment. We'll go and get today's project underway. Now, I'm going to build this in isolation for the moment, partly to keep the costs down, but mostly to keep the costs down. There we go. So, there's that. Right, now then, I'm going to bulldoze this lot here, because what I want my station right on the coastline. So all of this lot, their land, their houses, their very livelihoods are for 1.35 million for that lot. We're not going to do that now, are we? Yeah, they forfeit basically everything they own in the name of me being able to build a new station. Now, so we're going to go with the flexi station here, It's going to be now. That's the question. Do we want? Yeah, no. We're going to have 3 tracks on this, just in case I have one that doesn't continue. So I'll have one that terminates and then 2 that continue. It's going to be my the plan. Now then, let's fiddle with the curvings. Not that way. Let's go the other way. Here we go. What do we think? Well, it's obviously not right yet, but let's start like that and then continue. It's going to take a little bit of fiddling to get this to do exactly. Hold on, it's not going to take much fiddling at all. In fact, arguably, if we take it this way and actually bank it up some, it could end up looking really kind of spectacular. As much as that's going to beef up my costs. What are we looking at? I'll spend $500,000 on a good-looking station. Right, what do we think about that? Let's have a look around the other side. We think it looks good. We think that looks pretty splendid, actually. Right, okay, so that's got that in correctly. Let's reduce the street length. Obviously, having moved it now, I've got to go and try and find the same place again, but that shouldn't be too challenging. What do we think about that? Do we think? I think that's pretty good. I like it. I'm going to buy it. Yeah, click the button. Go on. I dare you. There we are. Right. Smashing. Oh, look at there you go. That's gonna create a view par excellence. Yes, yes, I'm into it. Good. Splendid. Right. So let's just connect it up. Otherwise, the game will yell at me for not connecting it properly. And then we'll work this along the coastline. Now, this is going to sever another primary link road-wise, but the net result in terms of views should be pretty dramatic, I would have thought. Let's get out of the way. Wiggly flipping road. And then we end up in Shanghai down here in the corner. Now, Shanghai's going to take traffic in from all kinds of places. I mean, you've got wherever that is, Krakow, and you've got Barcelona there. Maybe even a direct line from Brussels is possible. So I think it's going to be another terminal, but it's going to be a four platform terminal. To cater for all of those chaps that are coming. Oh, well, look at these. There is some good-sized buildings going on here. Those ones not quite so good size, and therefore, again, we terminate them. Right, let's make this a 400, just in case we need it. 4, please. Thank you. Yep. Second street connection, of course. Right, let's have a look and see what that's doing. So we're going to come in from the Wellington line. We're going to head in pretty much following the coast. Right about there. That's just what we ordered. Are we taking it, or are we going to wiggle a little bit? Wiggle it just a little bit. There we are. Right. Okay. That's splendid. And then we shall run our first line. Now then, this is going to be fairly painless, I would imagine. Oh, we've got a bit of look, dangerous cliffs there to really to add some spice to this particular bit of build. Right, we'll head out that way. Now, we're not going to need more than this one piece of track. Obviously, I'll double track it, but we're not going to need more than one route that heads up to Wellington, because all the trains can share the same one. But we might want to use different platforms. It really depends on the frequency of service that we're likely to be offering. But at the moment, I have no idea what the frequency of service is going to be. So I'm going to spend now and get all of these tracks heading towards their... heading towards the continent, basically. So if you go that way a little, go on, go that way a little. There we are. And then you do the same. And then do you want your own bridge? I think you are going to want your own bridge, aren't you? Right, so if we do that, how's that as far as angle is concerned? The angle's pretty solid. Maybe just that way a little bit. There we are. Right. So that's the approaches hooked up there. I'll set up the second street now so I don't forget. There we are. Go on, you might as well go all the way over there. That's it. And then what do we got this side? That side also looks promising. Do a bit of this. Whack that over there. And then it's up to the AI how it wants to play with that. I'm fed up of trying to teach the AI what it wants to do. It does and doesn't do what it wants to do anyway, so we'll just leave that be. And then we'll double track from there. Right, smashing. Now, part of me says you should connect this up to the rest of the network. And I imagine that you sat there going, connect up to the rest of the network, man. What's the problem? Well, the problem is expense, really, is because I'm going to have to build a bridge in order to get it to get that connection made. I mean, the one thing that means that I would actually quite like to do it is that it will allow me to bring the trains out from HQ depot rather than building a kind of a burner depot out here. We can use our primary depot to do things with. Which it was suggested, and again, no name checks because that's just not how I work. It was suggested that I should, every time I wanted to upgrade a train, it should be sent back to the main depot to do so. Now that's a lengthy amount of effort for no gain at all. That's creating some constraints purely for entertainment purposes, and actually I'm quite tempted to do it. As much as it's going to be a bit of a hassle. And what it will do is it will keep me honest as far as making sure that my all my networks, that all roads lead to Rome, or in fact Sioux Falls. And that's why I'm quite tempted by it. Even though we've got a secondary depot that serves the goods setup. I like that a lot. How's that for a bit of line? That's rather nice, isn't it? Now, I'm going to need to get a mod with some buffers in at some point. Someone pointed out actually that some stations have buffers and other stations don't. I think it's the flexible station mod that precludes buffers being a default. Certainly that makes sense, given that that's the mod that does clever things with stations. Right, okay, bang some signals in here. Nothing too complicated this time around. It's because we're merging onto one platform at the end, we can just do a bit of that. Now, I'm going to need to figure out how to get all of these tracks talking to one another, but we'll do that when we set up routes that make sense of that later on. For now, however, I'm going to need to figure out what's my core path. Because do I want to connect this up now, or I think I want to connect this up now, you know. Okay, let's do that, and then we'll just buy a bunch of trains. The question is, how much is this going to cost? Let's max out the loan. There we go, 10.3 in the bank if we get things rolling again, because I want to buy as many trains as I possibly can as well. You know, that's the aim of the game here, after all. So, see, I mean, you blow 3 million just getting a bridge built. Well, obviously we're gonna choose a bridge that really suits our mood, and I think it's going to be this one. So that's 3 million quid, and that's for a single track bridge. Sold. There you go. Don't think about it too much. You've got the money. Get it done now, and then you won't have to do it later. Oh no! Oh, I don't want to double track it. I want to save the money. Ouch. Okay. Yeah. We'll single track it for the time being. And this, of course, does mean that despite now having done this, I still haven't solved the main problem of getting it onto my Wellington Shanghai track. You're going to have to do something pretty ugly to get this to work, given that I put the points all the way back here. Well, you say pretty ugly. What you actually mean is, oh no, oh, you deleted the bit I didn't really want you to delete there. Never mind, that's okay, we'll live. Okay, fine. Well, we've already done the groundwork there, so you know, it could be worse. Right, we'll do you over there like that. Then we're going to want, well, firstly, you're going to want to do a bit of this. Right, that's so that I can get, because I might as well set up a line that comes into here as well. And then we'll run that onto there. Okay, I have seen worse. And then we'll continue that to there. Again, I have seen worse, but it is not great. And then we'll double track out from here. There we go. Right, okay, well, that put a dent in the finances, but that means that I can now connect up to Barcelona, which makes for an interesting second route option. Well, multiple route options. Now then, where am I going to put my signals here? I'm going to stick them on there, right? There you go. Yeah, and then we'll go back to this one and go, hey, tell you what, let's put them on the right side. There you go. Thank you. Right, okay, good. So that's theoretically now connected. We just need to think about where are we going. This is probably... I don't know. This actually feels only like about £500,000 worth of build we've got going on here. Although Krakow is closer, but that's not the bridge I've built. So we'll stick with what we've got going on now, and we'll run Barcelona down there. Okay, off we go. There you go. There's the bridge. Aim for it, 150k. That's fine. Now, if I were to build a route that took in both Shanghai and Barcelona, I wouldn't know exactly what I was going to do with it. I haven't decided yet, but we'll work that out in a minute. I would quite like to have my 10 million quid back to buy some trains, but I guess not so. Right, let's take you down this way. 260 grand. Yeesh. But then we're just laying out track here in a just pile it through. If there's something in the way, go through it. Make it relatively even as far as level is concerned, but just go straight through the middle of things. And we'll go. Let's back it up a bit. There you go, and then connect over onto a bit of single track bridge, and at least that gives me something to do with these bridges later on. No bridge is going to be perfect first time, apart from the one that is up near Vancouver, and that's a mighty fine looking bridge already, but that's because it was the bridge mod, so that possibly stands to reason there. Right, okay, now the next challenge is to make sure that this track actually connects to something that we could describe as a main line. I think I'm going to pull a junction off here and go round that way, because then we've got it. Because I can see, or I can foresee a situation where it's not thrilled with me trying to pull this particular manoeuvre. Right, let's do that. I think that might leave me rather an aggressive second part of the corner, though. No, that's left me with a wholly aggressive second part of the corner. If I can balance out the aggression levels here, maybe ease down on the amount of protein I'm taking in. Right, so coming up this way, yep, that's right. So this is the near side. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No? You want to do it the other way? I'm pretty sure you do. There we are. Let's do that. Youch. Okay, that is quite the bend you've got there. Probably left the start of this corner. Well, I don't think there's any getting away from it, actually, given the approach that we've got going on. So we'll just take that, I think, and get the other side in. It's pretty slow, and that will. Again, I'm setting up quite a lot of stuff that is with redevelopment in mind, which is nice, actually. I quite like that, in that with temporary stuff and having to rethink it later on. That's quite good fun. Right, have we got enough queuing space there? We have got queuing space, so we'll stick one in there and we'll put one just there. That should be good, and then just do the same out here. Yep, and that. Right, okay, let's have a look and see what we've won, shall we? So that now theoretically connects everything up to Sioux Falls, so we can at least put a train on our rest of world route. So let's do that now. Let's go from Shanghai to Wellington, and that can just bimble back and forth ad infinitum. There you go. Yeah, okay, cool. So rest of world. Well, let's not call it rest of world because that's just a little bit it's a little bit dismissive, I think. Let's call this the Eastern Hemisphere. Yeah, that's a bit more swanky. Eastern Hemisphere. Although you've got Eastern Hemisphere meets Southern Hemisphere going on there. Eastern Hemisphere main line. Right. Barely represented is the Eastern Hemisphere, but that's just how we've ended up. And actually, it's as much led by the mod selection available. So if I wanted to get out to Shanghai, which way would we go? If we go out along here, go through Indianapolis, then through Krakow. No, not Krakow. Then you come out towards Barcelona, and then you head out to Shanghai. All right, fine. So this is going to be another depot number 3 job, this one. Now, as luck would have it, I actually have a locomotive that is representing rest of world, or the Eastern Hemisphere. So where are we? It is a Russian number, which doesn't make any sense at all, given that I am perilously close to Russia with my European stuff. 31 miles per hour. It's not quick, is it? This is not a swift train that we're talking about here. No, it probably is not a swift train. Do we? No, we're nowhere near multiple unit territory yet. But I did get it for this specific reason, so we'll take one of those. Now, I bet I haven't got any coaches that are even slightly appropriate for this job. We've got these Austrian ones. Little Bavarian car also does 31. Okay, we can say that they've been repurposed, maybe. Actually, I've not used the compartment car now. Okay, purists are look away now. We'll take these instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'll do it. 5. We'll do it better. Yes. Okay. Right. Now we only need one train on this line, so we'll only run one train on this line. There you go. Get you in motion. Now, because this is something new, we're going to have a look at it as it comes out. Here we go. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty splendid. Yep, that's good stuff. This one is in the collection already. Every mod that I include in this series will be added to the full collection. I'll stick the link in the description below. It sometimes takes me a day or two to add the mods to the collection because I don't want to do spoilers, right? So I don't add them until after the video has gone live. So sometimes you will have to wait just a little bit extra before we get that going. Right. Now that's headed out in the right direction. Let's talk. What else have we got here? So you've got this New Jersey Mogul, which is that's actually pretty swift. 50 miles per hour. It's faster than the one we're running right now. Although you've got this Consolidation, which is less. That's less appropriate. But this is definitely quicker than the one I'm running at the moment. The thing is, I was expecting to be beset on all sides by numerous steam trains. So maybe this is said mod not working as anticipated, not working in fact at all. There is that possibility. So I'm going to set one of these up because the balloon is running way too long at the moment. We're going to need that to run a lot faster. Otherwise, that's just a line that is going to cost us money. In fact, we'll have a look at that now because I expect it is costing me quite a chunk of change. For some reason, the Barcelona Transatlantic, which was actually making good money, has now stopped doing so. That's lovely. One must assume it is broken. Hello. Right. Okay. We'll go back to Sioux Falls in a moment. Let's unpick the holes of what's going on here, and then you've got train 25 here as well. Let's have a look. Now then, one of us is in the wrong place. Yeah, you are on the correct side of the line. You, however, where are you going? You're the Krakow Transcontinental. Okay, and you're on the wrong side of the line there, bub. How did that happen? Are you doing the same thing? You are. Yeah. Okay, how about you turn it around and try and figure life out before you come back again. Okay? Just a notion there. And then we'll set that to be one way, and hopefully that should stop it all being destroyed again in the future. And I haven't even touched this route. I've gone nowhere near any of this track, and it's all merrily balked. But there we go. So hopefully that will oh, hold on. We've got some more friends having tried a different pair of friends also having a conversation at the moment. Let's have a look here. Oh, look! Would you look at that? And this is Detroit to Rill, which again I haven't touched. So let's set these to be one way. There we go. Yeah, that's one. You can't go through there though. No. Look, there's a train here. Look. No, seriously. There you... Yeah, oh, you've spotted that. Oh, I've got right away. I'm going. Well, what are you going to do about that fella who's in the wrong place? Tell you what, how about you turn around. Clear off. I ask you. Now, this signal here, I don't know what you're for. Because it's in the wrong, it's pointing the wrong way, which is possibly why everybody's got a little bit confused. Let's have a look. No, nobody appears to be confused. You're a signal of just wrongness. So let's burn you to the ground, and that's better, isn't it? There we are. Right. Good. I've got quite a lot of signals in this stretch. Presumably, I need a bit of queuing. Right, okay, now let's see if anybody else is having any drama. No drama. It appears to be all clear. Right, let's head back to Sioux Falls. Get back to work. I need to sort some of this freight out by the looks of it. There's rather a lot waiting. That's a good thing, but it will impact my flow. Right, okay, so we've got a New Jersey mogul sat here. We're going to need to buy some more bits for it, though. Buy trains. That's the button we press. Right, what do you got? Well, we're not going to run a Great Western on there. There'll be a riot. We're looking at the Clerestory, which we are. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's quite a lot, but it is quite a lengthy route. I actually want to duplicate this as well. Yeah, do it, man. Do it. Do it. Do it. You'll make more money. There we go. And we'll set both of these on the balloon line. Right. Go. Right, now, hopefully that will bring down. So it was at 67 minutes, the turnaround time on that loop. But that will hopefully bring it down to a far more manageable, well, hopefully sub 20 minutes, but I think it'll still be over 20 minutes. Because you don't exactly round it by the number of trains you've got on there. There is a little bit more to it than that. I haven't figured out exactly what that is, but there is a little more to it than that. There you go. So Sioux Falls commuter, making good money. And you're off to parts of the world that will hopefully generate a bit of growth. Right, okay, good. Now then, I also want to add trains, but now, of course, I'm completely out of cash. I want to add trains to both the loop and the spin and the counter spin, my European setup. But I don't have the wedge for that at the moment, so we won't do that then. But we do have passengers waiting on there, so that's something at least. It's now just a case of growing these cities as much as possible in order to get that going. As you can see, the balloon's got nobody waiting, but that's because the length of that route is so long that no one in their right mind would want to use it. But now that there are 3 trains on there, it has some potential. Okay, now let's have a quick look. I've got enough cash in the bank for one more train, and I want to go to Shanghai. So I think what we will do is we will do a route that does Wolverhampton to Barcelona to Shanghai and back again. Right, nothing too complex about that. It's a good length route. It does take in the entire north-south approach of the track, so of the map even. So we hit everywhere north to south. Right, let's have a look and see how that's figured itself out. Now then, you can have your own unique personal station, you know. Platform, not station. You are a station. How do you fancy having your own personal unique platform? You can come over here and use this one, which was going to be the direct line out to Wellington, but we're not at that stage yet. So you know, just take advantage. There we go. Beautiful. Got a bit of a convoluted route back out again, but hey, who minds that kind of thing when you've got your own personal platform to play with? Have I got any signals here? I think I have. There we go. Yeah, I've got signals all over the place. Right, good. So this is going to be Wolverhampton to the world. No, we'll name this one in a fairly conventional fashion. Wolverhampton. That's something else, isn't it? Shanghai. Perfect. Now then, let's put a train on it. Oh dear. Now then, as much as it stops in Barcelona, I want to stick out one of my new European trains on this. I'm going to put an Austrian on this one, or am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to take either the Spinwood or the anti-Spinwood. Which one's making me less money? Right, here we go. So Barcelona is still annoyed. The balloon is still no passengers. Good, but there are 3 trains on there now. 25 minutes we got it down to. So as you can see, it was at 67, it's now down to 25, so it hasn't done exactly a third, but maybe that will pick up a little more. Right, the Spinwood and Counterspin are pretty close to each other, but the Spinwood appears to have a little more on board. So we'll oh, no, hold on. No, yeah, there we go. This is definitely the one. Right, give me the train here. No, yes, that one. Right, hello there. I'm going to put on a different line. Where are you at the moment? You're at Brussels. Can you get to where you need to be from Brussels? Depends which way you're facing. Well, if you're going Spinwood, you're going this way. So, yes, you can. Let's change your route. Wolverhampton to Shanghai. There you go. That's all yours. You own that now. Congratulations. Which means I need to put a new train on the Spinwood line, which we could do out of the depot. And all of this is, of course, to avoid having to bring trains back to the depot to upgrade them, which I think I am going to make a rule apart from goods. I'll create a separate goods depot system for that. And I do need to turn my attention to it relatively soon, but goods is way more expensive. And it's purely because of the number of wagons that you end up sticking on things. Right, okay, let's go for one of these SB106s. Does 56. Splendid. Although, what's the B6 capable of? Just a variant, isn't it? Its running cost is less and it's cheaper. And it's got a little less power. We don't need too much power at the moment. I'm not going to be slinging that many wagons onto it. And then we've got... Oh, we got a variety to choose from. 10, 18, yes. 1. Mind you, its running costs are negligible. I'm going to have one of those. And 14 does 62. So I think all of these are going to work. We'll take an ABE. Yeah. I imagine that's good. I'm now out of cash. Hold on. Come on, give me some cash here. Don't make me... I'm going to push the go real fast button. Here we go. Go real fast. There we go. Got enough. Have it. It's only the 3rd of August, so we should be bringing in some cash. What are we up to there? 28 capacity. I'm going to want another one of those. That's 700k I've got to save up. Meanwhile, look at all this action. Look at the action going on back there. Love me a bit of action. That's great fun. But we're oh no, 300 grand. That was obviously a freight train arriving there. The cash is coming in at a reasonable rate. There we go. We've got enough by it. That's 46, and then we'll stick one of these cheapy numbers on the back there for the sake of making it look nice. What's that? 47. Yeah, you'll do. Good. Right, you are going Spinwood. Okay. Off you go. Oh, that's a whistle of much repute. Wonderful. There you go. And what a nice little train. Dude, it's quite short in stature, but that doesn't diminish from it being rather pleasant to look at. If you ask my opinion, we've got a bit of a queue going on up here. Is that a oh look. All right, we've got some more unpicking of drama to go. But let's have a quick look at this before we're going to do that. That's ace. Right, you know how I set out to have a lot of steam trains running? I've got a lot of steam trains running now. I've got no money, but I've got a lot of steam trains. Right, okay, let's go and find out where the crises are occurring. You don't look like you're in the right place for me. This may go some way to explaining why the Barcelona route is struggling. No, you should be fine. And you've got a clear signal. What are you waiting for the thing to come out of the depot? You are, aren't you? We really ought to have a word about prioritisation there, team. Okay, right. Well, as long as you're chipper, as long as you can get it done, that's all good. Meanwhile, we've got a really, really splendid queue running up towards the single track section here. No commentary is required for any of this, you know. This just looks fab. You're doing almost 3 miles per hour. Okay, 23 miles per hour. Hauling a lot of oil. And it's just nothing but queuing trains as far as the eye can see. What exactly are you waiting for here, there, friend? I think you're waiting for me to put another block in. If I put a block in here, that would probably help us out a little. Yeah, almost certainly. So if I put a block in here, that will keep us rolling. Now, I'm also going to one-way both of these, just in case anybody gets any clever ideas that end up causing me trouble. Right, okay, you are stuck. You're not, though, are you? You are stuck, though. All right, and your stationary, and your station, Detroit, Krakow, and the Sioux Falls main line, which apparently was working. No, it's not. It's sat there, look. All right, let's go say howdy here first. This is the flippin'... You're on the wrong platform. This is the commuter platform. What are you doing here? Supplemental question. How did you even get here in the first place? Have you just been improvising? Look, there's your platform. There should be no circumstance under which you end up over here. All right. Well, there's not a massive amount I can do about this. Go, leave. You're just going to have to leave. How exactly is that going to work? I'm going to need to put in a line where it can get over onto the main line again. But I shouldn't need to do that. I don't. The AI goes, quick, he's not looking, do something crazy. Right, look, if I do that for you... Alright, that seems to have encouraged it to leave the station. Quite why, he had a personality crisis of some description there, and... but is now at least rolling. Right, train 16 should be... No, this is Detroit Krakow. Okay, we need to go and have a look at that. And there's the other one. These two jokers are having a conversation with one another. This should now be good. What are you playing at, you idiot, in a consolidation? Get out. I'm surrounded by buffoons, and for some reason someone let them drive trains. I ask you. Right, okay, good. So, moving on. That's now working again. Right, let's go and have a look and see what these two idiots are up to. You are on the right line. This one that is facing you, going, hello, is going the wrong way. Look, I really don't like setting all my signals to be one way. I think it's I think it limits your options later on. But you are going the wrong. And again, I never. Go on, get out of it. There we go. The El Paso oil refinery is reporting problems. I think I used that though. What's your problem? Try to ship more items. Try to offer more items to be shipped. There we go. That's that one solved. Right, I think that's the trains moving. But that explains why the Barcelona, yes, line was not functioning correctly. Anyway, we have now got some people using the balloon line. That's good. This one's rammed to the gills, which is also good. Why this, which carries a reasonable amount of freight on a regular basis, is not making a profit, I don't fully understand. But then we've got the Eastern Hemisphere main line, which has just kicked off by the looks of it, given that there's one passenger on board. Fun. Wolverhampton, Shanghai, got nobody on board yet. 23 minutes, that's too long. Getting these train times down is going to be absolutely critical, and I think that might be an agenda item that we pursue pretty swiftly. The good news is that we are carrying the bulk of the profit responsibility already, not least of all on our freight lines. And if I can switch those up so that they start delivering a little bit more, and I start delivering more freight to more places, then I think we're looking quite promising. On which note, any excuse to watch the bridge over El Paso, because the bridge over El Paso is flipping awesome. Oh my goodness me! You couldn't. I mean, look. Again, no commentary really required. I mean, they might only be hauling, oil tankers, but that kind of accidental passing shot there is the bee's knees. That's absolutely terrific stuff right there. Okay, now then, we'll have a quick look and see how the new stuff's getting on in just a tick, but I want to talk about where we're going next. Now then, we've got some challenges ahead of us. This freight hub, we're going to need to develop that a little bit further. I've started a line out here, and we might start delivering freight to Brussels, which is going to cause yet more mayhem. Now, if you look at this twin mogul big old refinery train here, I need that hauling more and faster, which means either more grunty trains or more trains. Either will work, but we need to work up to that. But it's the turnaround times that are holding all of this back at the moment. But getting Brussels connected shouldn't prove to be too much of a challenge. The food situation is a little bit more difficult. Once we get faster trains, all of this will start to be a lot easier. But yeah, so I want to get that developed. When we look up towards this end of the map here, and Vancouver Rail is doing just fine. That's been a good driver of money for a while, and the number of people waiting at Grand Junction is honestly pretty impressive. Look at that. That's full trains for everybody that comes in there, which is brilliant. And we've even got the second station that we haven't started using yet. And that needs to be hooked up to Dortmund at least. And then as we come back down, so what I was actually pointing at here, or intending to point out, was the El Paso line that is as yet unfinished. So we've got the route from Brussels that heads towards Sioux Falls, but we could set up an additional here that takes in Indianapolis or potentially Krakow. There are options aplenty going on there. and that's where we're going to be looking at in the near future. Let's leave some trains going on in the background and look at some charts, because who doesn't like a chart? Let's have a look and see where the leaderboard is as far as town size. And it is El Paso that is number 1, followed by Detroit and Grand Junction. Brussels is now starting to stretch its legs as far as connections are concerned, but it is Barcelona that is holding everything up down at the bottom of the table. The good news for Barcelona is that I'm now running a load of trains through there, so that should get a goodly amount of passenger service relatively quickly, I would hope. I'm hoping for a little bit more American train diversity soonish, even though I'm still running the 4-4, so the General is still running on the commuter line. Apologies, a bit of frame rate loss there. But the commuter service is running quite nicely, so I haven't got a complaint to make. Let's go find the new stuff. So yeah, so development of that is going to be pretty handy in the future. How much are you carrying? 9. No, that's not going to cut it. Are we taking all of this is going to Krakow? I see. Okay, well, it would be better if more of it was being taken the other way, but never mind. Right, what have we got going on here? Here's some adventure. This is Duke meets Duke. So that's the anti-spin wood. So the counter spin, the spin Dorella, the counter spin. There we go. That's the counter spin. So that's the spin wood coming in now, and actually that looks like it might be its maiden voyage. Why it was saying it was carrying 1 passenger doesn't make any sense to me. What have we got waiting here? So 15 passengers waiting, that's good. Counterspin's got 35, that's also very good. Detroit Krakow has got 90 waiting, that's good too. Any more trains having a personality crisis? No, not at the present time. Excellent. This is just we're just surrounded by decent shots on all sides at the moment. Right, so we made 2.5 million back despite spending quite a bit. I could put another train into service, and I might do that, but I'll wait until next time. Let's watch this chap go. Look at him go. Beautiful. We're not going to wait for the Duke. We've done enough GWR action for a little while. Now then, where is our southern hemisphere, eastern hemisphere? Here it is. Love it. What do you carry? Not many. I'll yeah, 1. Okay. Demand isn't quite there just yet, but that's okay. We'll figure that out. The only thing I didn't get round to is putting a train on the... Or did I? Did I put something on the Wolverhampton line? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, it's there, look. It's here. Let's go and check in on this one. Yeah, I didn't think I did, but I did. Oh, this was a bit of repurposing. Wolverhampton to Shanghai. 15 passengers on board. Beautiful. Anyway, there you go. That's going to wrap it up. And what do you know? We're looking at a Great Western. This is starting to shape up quite nicely, because now we're getting to the point where I can shift my focus onto goods routes in order to try and deliver as many goods to as many different towns as possible. Will I do an EPEC? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I think this map is small enough that it's very, very viable. It's not going to represent too much of a challenge on that front, despite the fact it's going to represent a challenge. But packing out these lines with loads of trains is going to be a lot of fun, and then it will create plenty of opportunity to watch magic things happening. So let's finish off where we started, outside Dortmund, where there's not a lot going on. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching today. This series has started to pick up the pace a bit now, and I'm itching to kind of get to work and get it rolling and fix some of these bizarro junctions that we've got going on. So I invite you to subscribe to ensure you don't miss out on future escapades, and please fling a like at this one if you enjoyed it, because it helps other people find the video as well. Yeah, I know. That's kind of what that does. He's not even coming this way, is he? No, he's going the other way. Thanks. I was hoping for an ending shot there, but I guess not. No, you go about your business. You won't fail me, though, will you, little train that is not coming this way? Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you very soon. Cheerio.